I'm Khalil.
I'm Savannah.
And we talking spoilers. Hold me back. I'ma spoil it for everybody.
No!
Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting the list in the drama. Legacies. Family.
House guests, welcome to the House of Reactions. I'm Khalil.
I'm Savannah.
And yes, I got a haircut.
Finally.
But
I'm just playing, y'all.
All
I
right.
love this hair.
All
I
right,
love this
all
so
right,
much.
all right.
You know I did.
but that's not the point. We have the spoiler review for Captain America Civil War.
Yes.
I was going to wait a little bit before I did it, but I just couldn't wait to get on here and tell you guys how I felt about it. Oh my God.
Where we starting?
Well, first I'm going to let y'all know, we actually did go see it twice already.
Yeah,
So
yesterday and today.
the first time I was going to give the non-spoiler review and then do something like a spoiler review, but then I've only seen it once. Let me gather my thoughts after seeing it a second time. Then I can make sure, in case I forgot something, I'll remember it. Then I can go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, what we're going to try to do is go through the movie in order that it happened. I'm going to try to the best of my memory. And we're going to pretty much tell you guys what we thought about it. I don't plan on going too deep into it, but I just want to discuss some things we enjoyed and what we noticed about it.
Yeah.
So, if we go from the beginning, they show us a mission that Bucky was sent on, what was it, December 16th, 1991.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how I forgot what you was talking about.
And all you see is really just like a car crash into the tree and everything like that. And then
It was
we
pretty
go
intense,
to...
though.
Yeah, then we go to Lagos or whatever. Then you see Scarlet Witch. We get reintroduced to Black Widow, Falcon, and Captain America. It shows they've been doing other missions, working on other things since Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
And they are the pretty much the new Avengers. I guess that's what they're calling themselves, you know.
Yeah.
And shit gets bad.
Yeah, it does. I did want to say one thing about Falcon. I didn't care. Like, I used to didn't really care too much about him.
Like, he was one of those characters.
Yeah,
like,
but in this movie, he did his thing.
Yeah,
Some of the things
everybody did.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But yeah, back to it getting bad. Yeah, it got bad.
Yeah, we see Crossbones and everything.
Yes.
And like you see, he throws, or after everything, you guys saw the teamwork clip where they're pretty much getting the gas out of the building and everything, and then he throws a bomb on Cap's shield. Cap has to throw it up in the air and lose it.
That was pretty cool.
And Crossbones beat his ass.
He
did.
did.
And I was like, oh my god.
Didn't he like throw him out the window? Was it him or was it the bomb?
It was he was shooting like grenade launcher.
Yeah, but the
like
way
that.
he fell out and then like hit his head on that trash can or whatever, the side of the building.
I know he hit the truck on the way down.
That's what it was in the truck. It was something.
And he was just laid out. I remember everybody in there was just like, oh
dang.
god, like
I didn't know if he was gonna get up. I thought it was the end of the movie.
He's super solid.
Yeah.
But all that goes down, and then Cap finds out Bucky remembered him, and it also automatically gave him the initiative. I need to see what's going on with that then. The bomb was about to go off. And Scarlet Witch stopped it. She tried to send the explosion up into the air, but she couldn't control it long enough before it blew up the side of the building, and a lot of that side of the building got blown up, and innocent people died, of course.
I felt so bad for her, y'all. She looked it so sad.
Yeah,
her face, she looked it too sad.
That pretty much set the tone for the rest of the movie.
It really did.
And I like the intro. Everything felt like it was just kind of, you know, it just flowed right.
It did.
And then, you know how a lot of people have been saying, and it's so true, everybody got their own moment to show off.
They really did. And I love that. And like you said, a lot of people said, but I love that so much about the movie. Because in a lot of movies, you see they just, you know, they kind of set aside characters. They don't show them much, or they don't get to really show off. But each person had that one part that just really just showed off their powers or just showed off something about them.
Yeah, you see Cap instantly from the clip, you know, he's kicking the side of the truck.
Yeah.
And you see Black Widow,
snap, yeah.
She was snapping on those two dudes.
She was going, oh, okay,
Then, you see Falcon fly in with the wings blocking the bullets, and then come out with the spinning kick and doing the superhero landing, as Deadpool calls it. Yeah.
And one cool thing he had, like when he was turned around with his like the wings kind of as a shield, and he had that thing where he could like send off them little missiles to shoot them. That was pretty cool.
I heard Stark was the one to upgrade his tech.
Oh, really?
So.
Well, I should have known that.
Yeah. And speaking of Stark.
Oh snap!
Yeah, we go to him, and he is pretty much giving grants to like all these young scientists who hope to accomplish big things, and we figure out that something's wrong with Pepper. Like apparently they've taken a break or anything like that, because you guys remember Iron Man 3 at the end, he says, "I'd give up these suits for you." He blows them all up. Of course, he's already back in one in Age of Ultron because he just created something that just went to shit. So that's going on, and he feels like he doesn't want to stop. He said it, and then we get to another problem. This is in pretty much helping his case, because we get this woman. She's like, "Here, there's a picture of my son."
Yeah, I didn't know what she was there for. I was like, "What's going on?"
I didn't either. I thought it was something secretive. The way he like walked up to the bathroom and then he kind of just like,
I didn't know what was going on with that.
And she said, "Yeah, here's a picture of my son. He was going to do some good things, but then it's like, you know what? He died, and I blame you." And Sokovia, and I was like, okay, now I see his exact initiative of like why he wants to do this.
But then I felt so bad for him, because it's like in every movie he messes up, but he doesn't mean that he tries to do good.
That is his whole dilemma.
He tries to do good all the time, and he always messes up, which I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it's like he's that one person that he has this vision of wanting everybody to have what they want. Like he wants everybody to be happy and safe, but then, like Scarlet Witch said it best, Ultron doesn't know the difference between saving the world and destroying it, and he gets it from Stark. So
that's exactly right.
So it's one of those moments where it's like, man, come on, like. But anyway, going from that, we get.
Is that when they did when they sat down and did the whole Accords thing, or
is that what's next? Then they went to Vienna, I think, and they had to sign places. What it popped up big letters on the screen.
True.
I'm trying to give them the best possible review I can. But yeah, Stark, Rhodes, Vision has signed the Accords. Black Widow says she has signed them. Pretty much Black Panther's father, T'Chaka, is there giving a speech and everything, how he's thanking the Avengers or those who have like accepted accountability for that. And then we get a bomb that kills him.
That part.
Black Panther's like
he leaves, jumps.
He had the calm before the storm. He was just kind of like sitting there like, I'm going to find out who did this.
Oh yes, exactly.
And then we see the blame is on Bucky, so it's like,
I felt bad for Bucky.
And you can tell he's been trying to keep a low profile. Yeah. Like he's in his right mind, but he's like, no, I don't want to be noticed or anything like that. And then he sees that he's wanted. He's like, shit. You know, then that even pisses Stark off more, just because, like, I'm like, the king of Wakanda just died. And then Cap and Bucky. This is one of your favorite parts.
Yes, y'all. This is one of my favorite parts of the movie. I love it so much.
Cap goes to find Bucky in the apartment, and like the force is trying to break in and everything, and they pretty much just beat the hell out of everybody.
They really,
like going so down crazy. The stairs, like it's
knocking everybody. Yeah, just throwing them against the wall, and just it's crazy. I love it. And then
I like the whole thing of he's like, Bucky, you're gonna kill someone.
Oh yeah.
And then later on, like while they're fighting it, he pretty much throws the dude down the stairs, and Cap catches him. He's like, come on, man.
Yeah. That was good. So what? This is when then they, after they're in the apartment, they jump off the building, right?
Right, and Black Panther comes out of nowhere.
Yes.
Like the first time we get to see him in the costume, and it's like, oh shit. Like every time he on the screen, it's just like,
I got
it's like what's about to happen.
A couple times, like every part that I had chills on was a part that he was in. Like it just gave me chills.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. And
Oh man,
Cap
he
was like,
tore Bucky up though.
oh god, he did. When his claws came out.
Yeah, the retractable claws. I was
That's
like,
cool.
oh, that's sick.
That's really cool.
And
then what happened? Then I guess that's when they jumped down, or somehow they ended up that scene that everybody seen.
They started the chase scene and everything, or that continued it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it is crazy just how much went on.
But, tell me about the...
Oh, Bucky taking the motorcycle.
Yes,
yeah.
y'all. Woo! That is...
they were already, like, moving, but that was just...
The way, guys, if y'all ain't seen it...
It was so just clean, like, the way he just...
like, I can't even... I don't know why I keep making that noise. I can't even explain it.
The way he just spun with the bike, like...
It was
like,
so
and
nice.
Just, like, perfectly landed on it and kept going. I was nice. Like, oh, man.
You know, we didn't talk about this. One part I like, during that scene, it's how Black Panther kept taking a ride from everybody. Like, he got a ride on the car that Cap was driving. Then he got a ride on Falcon. I thought that was kind of funny.
Man,
Ooh.
Then they got captured, though.
Yes.
And we had actually, speaking of the comedy in this movie, there was a little bit of comedy, but it didn't feel like it was at like the wrong time.
Yeah.
Because you know how this movie was like darker than most. I don't know if dark's the word. It was just like more serious, than the other Marvel movies, and it didn't feel like there was too much comedy in it, which I thought was good. I like the serious tone. I think it's different. I was like, okay, I like this. It's a nice little change up. But when the comedy was there, it was just like it felt right.
It did.
You know, you got Black Panther sitting there, Cap's behind him, Falcon's behind him, and Falcon just looks up like, so, you like cats? And Cap's like, come on, man. He's like, what? Random guy dresses up like a cat. You don't want to ask any questions?
Yeah.
So, that
was funny.
And then, what happened? They
took their like their suit and the uniform and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
Stark tries to get Cap to sign the Accords,
but
he doesn't.
Is this one? Oh, this is when they have Bucky too. So the guy does the interview with Bucky, right? The psychic,
Zemo,
not psychic, the psych evaluation. What do we call that?
Zemo got the information from a Hydra agent, and there's like a certain pattern of words that they would say to Bucky, and he would say it to him, and next thing you know, Bucky's like, I'm ready to comply. Like, what's the mission you need from me? Like, brainwashed again.
Yep.
And here we go, Bucky escapes, and then it became a lot. But then we get to the Cap stopping the helicopter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that part. Y'all.
That was ridiculous.
When he stopped that helicopter, and then, like, Bucky, I guess he's seen, this ain't gonna work, so he kind of just, like, did like that.
Yeah, when the wings were coming, I was like...
Every time I kind of jumped back, I felt like it was like, oh.
You could hear, like... And then, like...
And then that one piece came towards us.
Oh, my God.
Like, I felt you jumping back, too. I don't know if you did. It felt like I felt you jump back.
It's like, we didn't see the movie in 3D, but if we did, that part, I'd have probably... it'd probably been worse. I'd probably just been like, Jesus Christ.
It felt 3D when we watched that part, because it felt like it was coming towards us.
Oh, man.
That part, that was cool.
Because in the trailer, like, Cap was getting shot at, and he was down or under something, but then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, where do we go after that?
I was trying to think what happened after that. Oh my God, y'all. I went blank.
Yeah, like they left Cap and Bucky.
Yeah.
And then that's when like what? I feel like I kind of twisted scenes around for it, and like
no.
Did I not?
I don't think so, because it was Bucky getting evaluated. He breaks out. They chase him down, but then they crash the helicopter. Cap gets Buck. That's what it is. I got it, y'all. I got it.
I remember him pulling Bucky out.
He pulled him out, and then Bucky wakes up with his arm inside that thing with Falcon.
He was like,
there we go.
And Bucky felt bad for it. He's like, shit, what'd I do?
Yeah.
And Cap's like, you did enough.
Yeah.
And everything, and he's like, he's like, I don't do that anymore. I'm sorry. Like whatever Hydra's got in my head is still there, and everything. Cap's like, it's all good.
Yeah.
And then he tells us like a big secret that he's not the only Winter Soldier, and I'm like, oh wow. Okay.
And then they show like a clip of it. I don't know why I did that, but they show a clip and that one guy. Oh my God, he is super strong.
Yeah, because he said like they were even before the serum, and they're like way strong. Like
it's crazy.
Oh man.
But then, I think, and I could be wrong. Do you know what's next? Or let's say, was it because it kind of like back and forth? Is that when they was telling?
It seemed like they were trying to get the team and everything.
Yeah,
so
they
like,
told Iron
we
Man
can go stop these Winter Soldier guys before the Zemo guy gets to him.
Yeah.
And
Iron Man was trying to get like his side up because how many hours did they have to catch Cap and all them?
He gave him 36 hours.
Yeah, 36 hours. So each side was trying to build their team up for different reasons.
Then we meet the comedy relief Peter Parker.
Yes.
Like it was so cool seeing him. I mean, it felt so unreal. I was like,
it was
Spider-Man.
It was weird.
Man.
It was made.
I was sitting there freaking out the first time. I was just like, oh.
It was good. And I told you, but he has the cutest voice. Like I know he's like not that young, but he sounds like a little boy. Like he just sounded so cute. I feel like an old woman saying that. I really do.
He's only like 2 years younger.
I know, but just the sound of his voice. But yes.
But he, oh my God, like to me, the perfect Spider-Man.
Yes,
like,
he really.
It just felt so just
right.
Oh, like I don't want to keep saying it felt right, but it just blended great. Like
it did.
Then Hawkeye. You see, as soon as they brought up Sokovia Accords, he's like, I'm retired.
Oh yeah.
And then you get the whole thing of he goes to get Scarlet Witch out the room with Vision, and he's like, I retired for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was good, man. Scarlet Witch.
But she showed like she can pretty much control Vision with a stone.
She took him down.
Yeah, she put him like levels below ground.
Yes, it was crazy.
Then,
what? Maybe Ant-Man? Would that be next?
Yeah, we meet Ant-Man. Ant-Man meets Cap.
I love Ant-Man.
It's like with Spider-Man and Ant-Man. I laughed like harder than I thought I would. Because I guess like the second time I thought it was funnier.
Yeah, it was weird. The second time I think I laughed a little more.
No, before we go to Ant-Man,
okay,
let me finish the Spider-Man part.
My bad.
We see him in there with Tony, and Tony's like, "So you got accepted with the scholarship?"
Yeah.
And he's like, sure. And Aunt May she's like, why didn't you tell me about this? He was like, oh, I just wanted to be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? And then they go to his room. He finds the suit, and he's like, oh, this is you, isn't it? And he's like, no, this is you too, man. And he gets the suit. I love how he takes. I was like, can you even see out these things? Like,
oh God, I like when it kind of the end scene of that part where he was like something about how he was asking him to come with him basically, and he was like, I can't, man.
He was like, why can't you come to Germany? He's like, I have homework. Like,
I thought that was so funny.
And he's like, I thought you were gonna say that. And I like how he goes to open the door and he webs him. He's like,
oh yeah,
don't tell Aunt May.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Stark's like, all right. He's like, get me out of here, man.
Yeah.
But
that was good.
Their characters, like Tony Stark and Tom Holland, Spider-Man, like they got good chemistry.
They really do. It worked.
Like it felt like natural conversation.
Yeah, it did.
Then now we go to Ant-Man, and you know he's freaking out about Cap and everything.
So
he's like, "Thanks for thinking of me. I'm shaking your hand too long."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know you too. You're great. You know.
Oh man.
And then he finds out that they have to Stark shutting down the airport that they're in. Then we get to the greatest scene.
Oh my God, y'all! I know y'all probably heard everybody say that, but it really is.
The second time was so much better.
It was. I don't know why. It was, but oh my God.
I think the first time I was just like trying to figure out like what's happening next. What happening next?
Yeah.
The second time, I sat there and I enjoyed it. I was just like let me just be in the moment, and it was perfect.
Where do you even start with this? I don't know if you're trying to go in order because I can't remember in order. But just...
Well, I know Cap and Bucky were there, and then Stark and
yeah.
War Machine land.
That's
and they're just Stark's just you know, it's really interesting who you run into at the airport these days, isn't it? You know, he's like Cap, it's been 24 hours and I got 36 to bring you in. So why don't you help me out with that? And Cap's like, nah, I can't do that. And then here comes Black Panther. Here comes Black Widow. And then all of a sudden you see the team start forming and everything.
Yep.
Then when we get like the first bit of the fight, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what.
I don't want to mess you up and say that because I know I'm not going to go in order with this airport scene.
I probably won't either. I'm probably going to be jumping around to like different stuff. Like, oh, this crazy stuff happened. Let me think. I might just go like what I noticed.
I was about to say, yeah.
I don't think I can do that in order.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead to the part where everybody is standing there, right? Like looking at it. No, that's what happened. He's like, you know what? I ain't got time for this Underoos, and then he calls Spider-Man. You are
right. Okay.
Like he's just like, hey,
Spider-Man.
Captain, you know, I'm a big fan. You know,
I love so much how like he was just talking so much, like too much.
It's like, no, I don't think we need to start a conversation.
Yeah, it was so cute. Oh God, I loved it. I loved it so much. But well, you go ahead. I'll let you.
Yeah,
the scenes.
He goes. I remember the scene, him swinging, taking out Falcon and Bucky when they're running, and what did Falcon? He sent something after Spider-Man, and it drug him out the window.
Oh, the bird, Red Wing.
Yeah, it wasn't the Red Wing. That's what I was thinking. And then Winter Soldier's like, you couldn't have done that earlier.
Yeah,
it's just like, I hate you.
Yeah, I love that part. One part I just thought before that happened, I think. When Spider-Man had the shield and then Ant-Man was like on his shoulder and like knocked it out of his hand.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
That came out of nowhere too.
Yeah, it did.
What else? Okay. When we saw the clip, but when Spider-Man caught Bucky's arm, it seemed like I don't know, in the movie it just felt like, oh shit. Like, yeah. I don't know. I guess like being there in the movie and just being in the moment, you're just like, oh, like it's just,
that's crazy how strong he is. Like I didn't know that. I didn't know that until like recently. Like that Spider-Man was that strong.
Yeah, you know, like all the clips, like I said before, and all the clips are just like, okay, what's happening next? What's happening next? Yeah. The second time we watch it, and then you see like the force Bucky goes at him with, and he's just like, hey,
like it ain't nothing.
Like this is awesome. You got a little arm. Like, you know, oh man.
Who else? What's some? I was trying to think of like little things, not little things, but like, I don't know. Because I didn't want to go into the Ant-Man thing yet, but that's what I'm thinking about right now.
that was a huge scene.
It was a very huge scene.
No pun intended.
What's something else? There was so many, y'all. It's so hard for me to focus on one thing.
Let's just go ahead to where you get the team lineups and everything.
Oh yeah.
And see Spider-Man there. I was like, yes.
Hey, and when you remember when they started like running towards each other, what's Spider-Man say?
He's sitting there like nobody's stopping me. He's like, neither are we. So let's go. I
loved it.
And then Stark's team takes to the air, and I think it catches everybody off guard. Like, what are they doing? And then they come down and just like it's on after that. And I was just like, oh, it was like having that first climax in the movie.
Yeah.
I meant what I said.
I know. I was trying not to think. I was trying not to think nasty. I was just trying to stay focused on what you were saying.
It was that one. It's like you've been doing it a while. You know, you've been getting you're doing your thing and everything, and then you're just like, oh, Jesus, this is amazing. It was that moment.
Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that. But yes.
It was just, you know, I can't believe what I'm seeing, you know.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm just playing. But oh man, what else?
Spider-Man definitely showed off.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was so good. I loved it so much. And I seen what was it? Somebody said they didn't like Spider-Man in the movie. I don't see how you didn't like it.
I was so just into it.
I wonder what they didn't like, because I don't know. It was great to me.
I mean, I think I'm thinking about so much right now. I can't focus on one thing.
That's what I'm struggling with, because that airport scene, it has so many like great moments that it's so hard to focus on one moment.
Oh, there was the part where Ant-Man has the growing object, and he's like, Cap, throw that truck at this now, and he's like, oh crap, I thought it was a water truck.
Yeah, because
I'm
it makes
sorry.
this big explosion and stuff. It was good. Oh man.
But
you want to talk about when he?
But anyway, let's go to Ant-Man, because I know we
I've
both
been waiting on
got
it.
excited
I've been
about
waiting
that
on
part.
it. It was so amazing.
It's like we knew he turned into Giant Man.
Yeah,
but
like I knew it.
when he did it, it still was just like,
it was
oh,
amazing.
shit.
I loved it. So I don't even know how to explain how I felt. Like I was just like, this is better than I thought.
He was huge, and then you got the whole thing like he grabs War Machine. I like how Starks was like, give me back my roadie. Like,
Yeah.
man. The whole thing, and then what was it? Black Panther was running from Ant-Man because he tried to step on him or whatever, and then Ant-Man like kicked the bus over there, and Vision has to jump in front of Black Panther and block it. I was like,
that was cool.
I'm like, okay, I see how it is.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, speaking of Vision, everybody else, you know how they had their moment to shine?
You're right.
Vision.
I know what you got to say.
He was very different. Vision had his moments in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
This Vision, it felt really different too. Age of Ultron, I was like, this is AI Vision. Like, this is straight, like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
In Age of Ultron, like, he had feelings. Like, he was starting to feel more human than, like...
Yeah, they were working more on his emotion in this one.
Like, he's they're bringing him into it like, I'm more than just a robot. Like, I can think. I feel a certain way. I have an opinion. You know, and I actually like that about Vision, and his, you know, the whole thing with him being distracted and stuff like that, and he was, and you know, it was just that first time for him. I get less like, you know, it's,
I know what you're saying.
It was cool, man.
It was. Like when it was in the house and stuff, just how he was in love.
Oh, Spider-Man versus Cap. When he's dragging him on the ground, he's like, Stark said you would say that. And he said, go after your legs.
Yeah.
And then he hops up on top of the equipment, and Cap's like, what else does Stark say? He's like, that you think you're right, but you're wrong, and that makes you dangerous.
Yeah.
And
that's deep, kind of, if you think about it. That's deep.
I remember, he was under the, it wasn't a trailer, it was some type of stand or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Cap hit it with the shield and it fell over, and like he catches it and everything, and like he's struggling, but he's got it. And then Cap's like, you got heart, kid, where you from? And he's like, Queens, and Cap just kind of smiles at him like, okay, Brooklyn, you know, and he runs off. Then, oh man, this is when everything got bad. As soon as they got to the what was it? The plane or whatever, and they started taking off.
You talking about before?
Black Widow.
Yes.
Double crosses. I'm like, whoa. Okay.
She was like, you're not going to stop her. And he was like, no. And she's like, I'm going to regret this later. And she shot Black Panther.
And Black Panther's going through those shocks like electricity.
Yes.
Like it'll hurt, and then he like keeps walking through it like, I want to kill this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole thing with him and Hawkeye, like, he's like, we haven't met before. I'm Hawkeye. I don't care. You know, it was just,
I like that scene. That was
his
good.
seriousness really showed that, like, I have a mission, and I'm not stopping until I accomplish that mission.
And you really couldn't stop him, because, like, everywhere, like, he ended up where, you know, at the end, too, where the main battle was.
How? Like, but then I guess he followed them, you know.
Yeah, he wasn't stopping.
But then, you see how Black Panther just looks at her at the end, like, okay, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And you get the whole thing. Stark and War Machine are going after the jet.
Oh, God, I don't know how I forgot about that.
Shut me up. I was like, oh.
Y'all, this scene. And you called it, though. Because I didn't know.
I have called it. I said it was a yellow beam that went into the suit. I said it was Vision. But I said Scarlet Witch would make Vision do it. But that was still, like, part of Vision becoming human. like he just just kind of like shot out kind of
and Falcon just moved.
Yeah, Falcon moved. Next thing you know, he shuts down War Machine suit and he goes tumbling
when he
down.
hits the ground up, just the way it looked, it just and then how
you can tell like
Iron Man
Stark
fell.
and Falcon, you could see they were both trying to come in and like scoop him up, but then they weren't going to make it.
And one thing I like about that is how even though Falcon wasn't necessarily on their side, he didn't want that to happen. You know what I mean? He wasn't like they want him to die.
I like the way they did the whole thing of yes, we're fighting, we disagree, but then it got to a point where it's like, okay, this. I think Falcon understood. Okay, this is starting to be like I'm so sorry. Stark just kind of just like blasts him.
Yeah, man.
And at first, you guys know in the clips and trailers when he takes the helmet off, you hear the and everything. You didn't hear that in the theater. I was like, oh god. I was like, oh
yeah,
man.
I didn't hear that in the theater.
And then he said, he told Friday to just check for a heartbeat, and she's like, heartbeat found, and he's just kind of got that look like, oh my god. And
that was a serious one right there.
I was like, that was oh my god.
I didn't think he was dead, but it was just how he fell, and then how they were acting. It was deep.
Oh, and can I go back one time?
You can go back.
I'm gonna go back to that fight.
I know we probably missed some stuff.
That
airport scene had a lot, y'all.
When Ant-Man was on War Machine's back, and he went big, and Spider-Man was like, holy shit! He was just like, through the mask, you could see the look that would probably be on his face. It was like,
I think the second time you laughed a lot more of that part. Like the first time you laughed, but then the second time you was just like, oh, you ain't never heard it before. It was funny.
It just, oh man. If you liked the movie the first time, please go see it a second time.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about what comes next. Just sit there and enjoy what you're watching. Cause the second time I was, oh my god,
really enjoyed
it was great. What else can I say? There was the whole thing of like Captain America's like, oh okay, I guess that was his big thing, and then you see Falcon like, good job, Tic Tac.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, did you talk about what Iron Man said? He was like, if anybody else has any... I like that part.
Was, like, does anybody else have any unexpected but fantastic power I should know about? He's like, I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, man. That part, though, I enjoyed it so much.
But, yeah, let's go back to the whole War Machine thing. Pretty much everybody else gets taken into the prisons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, like, Team Cap knows about Zemo. The start, and then they really don't.
Yeah.
But next thing we go to is
was it when they were in jail cell? Or was that not it?
Yeah, and Rhodey's going in to get the X-rays and stuff, and Stark's like, "How did you become distracted?" And Vision's just like, "I don't know." And Stark just kind of gave that stern look to Black Widow, like, "I know what you did and everything." And he's like, "Well, T'Challa told." General Ross what you did, so get ready because they're coming for you. And she just told him, I'm not the one who needs to watch my back. And I'm just like, she's being cold.
She really like, whoa. Like, what made her just at that moment change up kind of like that, like, what was it?
I don't know, I guess she's really been a lot closer to Cap.
Ooh,
like through like Winter Soldier and everything. So I guess it's just that of like she knows like he's coming from like a good place. She knows what she feels she needs to do and gets them out.
Yeah.
But anyway, Stark finds out about Zemo and everything, and then we go inside the cells.
That's what I was about to say.
Hawkeye's talking to Stark. He's like, "Yeah, man. Here's the guy that knows everything that's right in the world. He knows how to take care of you. He knows what's right, no matter what you think about it." And he's like, you might want to be careful and everything. He gives him the warning. Ant-Man's like, Hank Pym always said you can never trust a Stark. And Iron Man's just like, who are you? And he's like, come on, man. Like,
he shut him down so fast, y'all. So fast.
And then we get to Falcon and everything, and he's just like, yeah, you have to beat me to get me to tell you where Cap is going. And Stark shuts out the audios over the cameras, and he's like, "You got 30 seconds to tell me. I realize I'm wrong, but you need to tell me where Cap went because he needs all the help he can get right now."
Yeah.
Tells Stark, and I like how Stark just tells General. He's like, "Did they tell you anything?"
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Nah, they pretty much just told me to go to hell." But
Yeah.
he's like, "You can call me anytime." So, and then we get to, oh my God,
What?
the helicopter.
Oh,
When Stark is in that helicopter, it caught me so off guard.
I was
just
wasn't
like,
expecting it.
I was just like, that's so nice.
It was nice.
The way he hit the button and the whole suit just kind of like just
he
came
just
together.
Fell back,
he just
like, y'all,
fell back and came into
it
the
was
sky.
nice. It was really
and flew
nice.
off. I was just like, oh, that
nice.
is
That part, it was nice. For some reason, like, I forgot about there being some kind of transformation in the movie because, like, every time we seen him, he already had the suit on or something. You know, like, I mean, they did the little glove thing, and then when that happened, I was like, yes, I needed that. I needed it. It was so good.
Oh my God, just that. Oh, okay. I'm trying to. I'm getting amped again. I was like, okay. Then we go to right under that we see Black Panther actually driving his jet.
Oh yeah. See, he
to
don't
where
stop.
they are, and
You can't stop him, y'all.
we got Cap and Bucky breaking in, and Zemo's already there. He's seen the other Winter Soldiers. Cap and Bucky break in, and by the time they start going in good, like they turn around because they hear a noise and start coming through the door, and you can see in their conversation with Stark and Cap that it's just like, man, it's like we're family. I know we disagree, but like I really hate fighting with you, and it's just it's they do the whole thing. It's like. It's good to see you, Tony. He's like, it's good to see you too, Cap. It's just like, I know we have differences, but right now I understand. I'm in a point where I'm willing to work with you. So like, we can work this out somehow. Yeah. Then that goes to shit.
Yeah, I was expecting that. I thought
the ending. I was sitting there like,
I thought that they were gonna come together right then and fight off, the people or something. But we were wrong.
They go in there.
I'll let you tell it.
Zemo, man.
Little mastermind.
I will give him credit for that. The second time I watched it, I was like, okay.
Well, yeah, it was.
The man with no powers is the one who breaks up the Avengers. And I was like,
because I wish I could remember how he said it, but basically he was saying that like people fighting the enemy or something won't break them up, but if you. I wish I could remember the words.
Like, I couldn't fight them myself. Like, much people stronger than me have failed and stuff like that. But then he's like, but yeah, them turning on each other and everything. He's like, he pretty much dug all this research on them for a year.
I was just about to say, yeah.
And, like, there's been so many things we've been watching lately that says patience is dangerous. Like, depending on the person.
Yes.
A year, I'm like, okay.
I've been tired of waiting.
Pretty serious. So,
yeah.
Man, then all of a sudden, the December 16, 1991 comes up on the screen.
Y'all.
And you see, like, the car crash and everything.
Right then, I knew you was right, because he was like, it was the parents in there. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I had heard before that Bucky did, but I think they would do that in this movie, but,
that was crazy. Cat, ooh, I mean,
man, because like when Stark, like as soon as he sees, he's like, I know that road, and he starts panicking and stuff like that.
Like, oh my god!
And Cap just gives him that look, like, oh god.
You can see on Bucky's face, he was just like, oh.
Bucky's just kind of got that look. He just kind of looks at him like, damn. He's like, oh, he's not gonna forgive me for this.
God.
And then Stark just sees it. He just keeps looking over at Bucky and keeps looking back at the footage, and he's like, you killed my parents, and when he goes to charge at Bucky, what got me is like Cap grabs him and he's like, he just gives that look like,
he gave that
really?
Look
like
don't
what?
touch me.
I came to help you, but then it's like, how do you not understand what kind of position I'm in? Like, he's like, did you know? And you know how Cap's just like, no, and then he's just. Yes, and I was just like, oh god.
I was surprised he said no at first and then said yes. I was like, oh god.
I think this Cap had that. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, because he said, what did he say? He said something like, don't bullshit me or something like that.
Yeah.
Then he was like, yeah. Man, y'all, this part, it was so deep. It was just like, whew, I don't know how to
Yeah,
explain
he
it.
backhands the shit out of Cap, and
God.
he goes straight after Bucky.
Yes.
And I didn't know. Like, they added a lot more to that fight than I was expecting.
Oh yeah,
to the
that
end.
fight was good. That fight was really good.
See, the second fight, that's like the second climax. Like, not as good as the first one, but it's still good. You know what I'm saying? It
What am I doing?
it was still good. You know, I was still in there like,
Oh god.
you know,
But I thought Bucky was gonna die, and I was like, if he dies, I'm gonna cry because he didn't mean to do it. But
he damn near died. But
yeah, he about did, but he didn't die.
you see the whole thing of them Stark chasing Bucky to the top, trying to
That's
get out of
crazy.
the place, and Cap lost his shield and everything, and Stark pretty much hits the lid.
Yeah.
And
I was
pretty
like-
much shuts all of them in there. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was
"Oh,
smart. I thought he
shit."
was gonna try to hit him, but that was smart to close him in. You
Mhm.
know.
And then they get on the ground, and it's on. That double team
Y'all.
scene was just ooh.
This fight scene was amazing. It was so nice. Like, not nice in a good way. That was bad.
Yeah, but anyway, he blasts his Cap and everything.
Oh,
He fights with Bucky. Bucky gets him
He's
against
trying
the
to
wall.
rip
He's
that
trying
out.
to rip out.
I
the
thought he was gonna
arc
rip it
reactor
out. I
his
thought he
chest.
was gonna rip it out.
And that's what I was thinking about. I was like, how's he gonna do that? Because I was like,
Yeah.
Bucky's too strong.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking in Iron Man 3, I was like, what about, can he burst like out of his
I didn't
chest?
think about
And
that.
then
I
was
didn't
like,
even think about
as
it.
soon as I thought about it,
It
the
happened.
arm came off. I was like,
Woo!
oh crap.
Yeah,
And
then
then
he knocked him down.
when he shot him, I thought Bucky died right there. I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, oh. And then
I'm happy he died.
Cap snapped after that.
He did, God. He was going in with that shield. He was doof.
Like, it was just like, he was going, like,
Oh yeah,
every one of those
before he
single,
started punching, and then
every
he got
one
his
of
shield.
those hits with that shield was just, you, like, in, like, Stark's face mask, when you can see, like, all the lighting and
Yeah.
stuff, like, that suit, like, even Friday in the suit is just telling him, like, yeah, you can't take him in hand
Yeah.
to hand, so you might want to figure something out.
Yeah.
But then Zemo walks out, he goes outside, and then Stark figures out Cap's fight pattern or whatever, because apparently he has one, and
Yeah.
Stark started whooping Cap's ass after
Ooh,
that.
I didn't know
And
what was going to happen. This scene was so serious, and I didn't know who was dying. I didn't know what was going on. It was
Stark
just,
made a quick comeback too, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
oh
he did.
man, and then the funniest thing, it wasn't even in the movie, but when Stark shoots Cap in the stomach and he falls on his knees, this little kid's like, oh, he's right in the nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I lost it. I was like, oh god.
It was so
I was
funny.
like, whose kid is that?
I was sorry.
I
It was like it's like a little bitty kid. Like, it was so funny.
I was like, you deserve a Happy Meal, my friend.
Oh god.
But man, that was great. I was like,
That
this
was
kid,
funny.
man. I was
That
like,
was funny.
Then Stark pretty much keeps laying punches in on Cap, and then like throws Cap down, and he's sitting there like, I'm like, stay down. This is the only chance I'm gonna give you. And Cap says, like, you know, the infamous, I can do this all day.
Yeah.
And as soon as Stark gets ready to shoot him, Bucky grabs Stark's leg and Stark like kicks him in the face. Cap makes his move and gets Iron Man on the ground. I thought he was about to kill him.
I
thought
did
he was about
too,
to kill
y'all.
Stark.
I thought
I
he
was
was
about
gonna
to say,
kill him.
oh god.
I was like, I can't believe they're doing this in this movie. God, the way he had that shield, though, I mean,
yeah, he's
I just,
like hitting the face
I
plate.
thought he was just gonna
and
chop
then
his head off.
He breaks the face plate and rips it off, and
then he holds it up, and it's like,
like
oh
when
my
he
God.
holds it up, I'm like, oh,
Starts like,
wow.
'cause he knew
And,
he was dead. He knew he was
like,
dead.
he blocks his face, and then Cap jams the shield into the arc reactor and shuts the suit off. And like Tony just has a look on his face, like, no, I want it to finish this. Like he's still got that feeling of just like, I need to calm down before I just lose my mind. And it, like, that whole thing was just, Cap's like, I know, he just had that whole deal, like, I know you're mad. It's, I don't know, it was just so much.
It was
Very emotional.
It was.
Like, not even like, it doesn't, not as sad even though you felt
It
so
was-
bad for Tony
yeah.
Stark. But it was just that, like, damn, all this is going down, all this happened. It's just,
Cause like I didn't cry, but it was just like tugging at my heart. Like, it was so much. Like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It was serious. That's the only way I can
and
think.
then like Cap helps Bucky up, and they're walking out, and you know you got Stark saying, he's like, you know that shield, you don't deserve
Oh,
it.
yeah.
My father made that shield, and Cap
Right when
drops
he said
it.
that, he just...
Like, he's like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
And he's like, the only thing I need when I'm walking out of here is buckets. So all that speaks a lot about Cap too.
Yeah.
And they pretty much walk out, and Tony's just there, just thinking about like everything that just happened to him that he just figured out. And man, before that too. Speaking of the parents dying,
What?
Something related to that. The young scene with Tony Stark.
Tony looked so funny. That was funny.
I was like, they did pretty good on
They
that.
did. It was cause when he first stood up, I was like, "What is that, Tony?" And then I looked at his face and I looked at his body. I was like, "Oh god."
Yeah.
It looked funny.
And then they said it was gonna be the last time he'd seen him, but I didn't think it was gonna end like that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think the way they were talking, I don't think it was supposed to be like that. But it turned out that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did. Well, next thing we see is Iron Man helping Rhodey, and like he's got like
he's
pretty much got metal, like trying to help him stand, like trying to give him the strength so he can kind of like help him walk. I don't know, because I know they said something like slight paralysis, so he might be like half paralyzed or something like that. And it's rough because like even at starts just like you need help, man. And he's just like no, I'm good, and it's just
the mailman.
Man, Stan Lee, bro.
That was funny.
He's like, I got a delivery for Mr. Tony Stank, and the
it
whole
was
crowd
so
bust
like,
out laughing. Man.
It's so like it sounds like something like
he's like
a
this is
kid
Tony
would say,
Stank.
but it was so funny though. Like I feel like a kid laughing at that. Though.
And he's like, I'm never letting that go. You know, table for two, Stank. You know?
Oh god, that was funny. I like that.
Then like he gets the letter from Cap,
and a flip phone.
Then the flip phone come with it. You know, Cap old fashioned.
Okay, I didn't think about that. You're right.
But then it's a letter, Cap apologizing to Tony. He's like, yeah, I know a lot happened between all of us, but he's like, I know that like all of us, we were your family, but he's like, just try not to give up on all this. It's just, if you need me, like I'll still be here for you. Just like it doesn't have to end like this, you know. And I was like, that's cool. I was like, but I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of curious
about what
would they keep the tension between them to like throughout that movie and like not end it, and then just have like the next time they see each other, maybe in Spider-Man: Homecoming, just kind of be like.
I feel like there's gonna be tension from at least. I mean, I feel like Cap's gonna be like, you know, Stark or Tony. You know, he's gonna say something, and I feel like Tony's gonna be a little still just like standoffish. I mean, I think he might say Cap or something, you know, but I don't think it's gonna be like at the beginning. I don't think he's gonna be all like, "Hey, man," you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's gonna be a little.
They gotta work their way back to that.
Yeah. Because after Tony seen that video, it just got serious.
Yeah. But.
Oh, when at the end, what's his name? Zemo. What's his name?
Zemo.
Okay. When the dude was he's like locked up now or whatever, and he was like, "How's it feel to fail?" And I like how he was like
did I feel?
Yeah,
like,
did I really? And then I was like, "Ooh, that was good. That was real good."
But then again, he doesn't know what went down with Stark and Cap, does he? So that might have been what he's talking about, or either he has something planned.
I think he's just saying because he kind of tore up their relationship. I mean, is Tony and is Cap gonna, you know, have that same relationship as they did before? You know what I mean? So that's what I think, but I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, you get Cap about to break everybody out.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got General Ross because somebody's like broken in. And he's like, yeah, Tony, we got an emergency down here. And Tony just like, hey, I'm going to put you on hold. He's like, don't do it. And he just like hits the hold button.
Yeah, that was funny.
He just watches it blink. I think Tony knows like he's getting everybody out. It's just like, I'm going to let it go. Knows. It's fine.
Yeah. That was the end of the movie.
Yeah, and Cap's just like, hey, like you know, I like how even though there's so many people in this movie, the last shot of that movie is Cap. So I'm like, it's a Captain America.
I like that. I do. And I was gonna ask you because the first time we went, we stayed the whole time and watched the end credits. The second time we didn't do it. I remember the one end credit, but what was the other one? So I mean, I
When,
remember the one with Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man with his new technology
Yeah, his
and
gadget,
stuff like
it
that.
showed some little thing on the ceiling.
Spidey symbol.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But what was the other one?
Cap took Bucky, and Bucky went under again.
That's what it was.
Bucky
Okay, in
Wakanda.
yeah, with freaking Black Panther.
Black Panther realized
That's
he
what it
killed the
was.
wrong, or he was going to kill the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just like, I'll help you, you know.
Yeah.
And like from what we saw, I was like, it is nice.
Yeah.
Oh my, oh man.
That
then
big
the
Panther.
huge
Oh
Black
my
Panther
god.
statue. I was like,
Bigger
oh,
than the
shit.
house.
Oh my god.
It was nice.
I'm sorry, but
I can't wait.
this
Really good.
this movie was fantastic.
It really
oh my
was.
God.
I enjoyed it so much.
But anyway, if you had to rate this movie, you can either do 1 through 5 or a 1 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how would you rate the movie?
I do 1 through 10 because I like 1 through 10. No, I was playing. I don't know. It really don't matter. But I would give it a 9 or 4 out of 5. 9. You know, I would give it that. It was really good to me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, to me, I'd definitely give it maybe like anywhere between an 8.5 and a 9.
Yeah.
You know, I just, oh my God.
We enjoyed it. You good, babe?
That movie was crazy.
I don't think you good.
No, I'm just like, oh
It
my
was.
God.
I don't, and it's weird. The second time around, I felt like I had just seen it. Like, for the first time again, like, I felt so hyped after the movie. Like, it was weird. Like, you would think I wouldn't be as hyped after the movie because I done seen it, but no, it didn't matter. I still was so hyped.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, man. They see, like, my friend Bud just texted me. Y'all know Bud. Like, he was just like, oh crap! Like, he just got out of the theater.
Dang.
I was like, yeah, it's off
That
the
movie.
chain.
I didn't
Like,
even know he went to see it.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, let us know in the comment section what you guys think. I had a damn ball, man.
It was great.
Like,
I loved it. I enjoyed it so much.
I wouldn't even. I'd love to go see it a third time.
Oh, I'd watch it again.
But
definitely.
anyway, guys, just again, let us know down in the comment section what you guys think. How would you rate this movie?
Yeah.
What were your favorite parts? And I guess that's about it for the spoiler review. So we will see you guys later.
Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting the list in the game. Legacies, family.